Are you listening?
Welcome to another episode of the Nerf Report, your go-to source for all the week's gaming news, nerfed into one show once a week, so you can worry less about reading the news and get back to playing those video games. On this week's episode, the rumor that Nintendo is working on a new model for the Nintendo Switch has been rampant for months now. But thanks to marketing material being leaked for a new Switch Mini case, we might have just got our first look at the new Nintendo Switch Mini. Keyword might. But before we talk about any of that, your top headlines. First up this week, dust off your wands and get ready to stuff your face with as many chocolate frogs as you can, because we're about to talk some Harry Potter. This week, Niantic and Portkey Games released their long-awaited mobile game, Harry Potter Wizards Unite, the new free-to-play game that transports gamers directly into the wizarding world, where you will join the Statute of Secrecy Task Force and explore real-world locations to cast spells against confounding magic. Players can create potions, visit inns, activate portkeys, challenge other wizards, and much more. And if you're thinking, oh, this is just a Harry Potter knockoff, the game has already hit an extremely impressive install base, with over 400,000 installs within the first 24 hours. Harry Potter Wizards Unite is available right now for Android and iOS devices. Quite possibly the biggest surprise from this year's E3 was Nintendo dropping the bombshell that gamers will be getting a sequel to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And while very little is revealed about Breath of the Wild 2, Kotaku's Jason Schreier sat down with Zelda series producer Eiji Aonuma and found out that Breath of the Wild 2 was the result of too many ideas for DLC. In fact, Aonuma said, "When we released the DLC for Breath of the Wild, we realized that this is a great way to add more elements to the same world. But when it comes down to technical things, DLC is pretty much data. You're adding data to a pre-existing title. And so when we wanted to add bigger changes, DLC is not enough. And that's why we thought maybe a sequel would be a good fit. Initially, we were thinking of just DLC ideas. But then we had a lot of ideas, and we said, this is too many ideas. Let's just make one new game and start from scratch." EA and DICE have announced some brand new content for Star Wars Battlefront II. The brand new update will bring TX-130 Saber-class fighter tanks and capital ships to capital supremacy on Naboo, along with bringing the long-awaited arrival of droidicas to the battlefield. Star Wars Battlefront II will also be getting new Clone War Anakin Skywalker skins, the 212th Recon Division Clone Trooper skins, and the 41st Scout Division Clone Trooper skins. And yet, somehow, we still have no Gungan skins. Come on, EA. EA and DICE closed out the update by giving gamers their first look at a new playable planet, Felucia, along with a brief look at a brand new in-game mode. Next up, when it comes to covering news about streamers or content creators, usually it's due to some form of outrage or slip-up. But this week, I wanted to take a quick second to highlight everyone that was involved with the 2019 GuardianCon charity marathon. If you weren't aware, for the last 7 days, over 40 plus streamers and creators have been working hard to raise money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Each streamer was assigned a 2 to 4 hour block for their respective communities to raise as much money as they could for the charity. And this is nothing new. Since being started in 2015, GuardianCon has raised over $4.4 million for St. Jude's. And during this year's charity marathon, GuardianCon generated $3,719,202, with Twitch streamer Dr. Lupo closing out the charity marathon by raising $920,000 in 4 hours. And GuardianCon is not done raising money just yet, as the fundraising is still going on over at GuardianCon.co, and it will all culminate on the weekend of July 5th in Orlando, Florida, when developers, gamers, and streamers will all descend upon Rose and Shingle Creek to celebrate GuardianCon 2019. So from me to everyone involved with GuardianCon this year, congratulations, and well done, Guardians.
Now for something completely different. Yeah.
Nintendo. The rumored Nintendo Switch Mini hasn't even been announced yet, and it is quickly becoming the most talked about new piece of hardware in the video game industry. While Sony and Microsoft work on enhancing their teraflops, Nintendo is doubling down on the fact that it's not the size of the teraflops that matter, baby. It's where you take them. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Can we redo that, please? Back in October of 2018, the Wall Street Journal reported that Nintendo was planning on releasing a new Switch model in 2019. But that was quickly expanded upon when Eurogamer reported that Nintendo was not working on just one. They were working on 2 new models to release in 2019. A kid-friendly, cheaper model of the Nintendo Switch, and a higher-end, more powerful Switch to target PlayStation and Xbox gamers. Well, here we are, halfway through 2019, and well, let me check. No new model of the Switch, but don't worry, as always, the internet has us covered. Because this week, new images of accessories for the Nintendo Switch Mini leaked online. The accessories in question come from Hansen, and the photos show a hard bag storage travel kit, an EVA carry case, and tempered glass screen protectors, all side by side with the Nintendo Switch Mini. Wow, there it is, the Nintendo Switch Mini. It's almost, how do you say, too good to be true. Because in a statement to Nintendo Life, Hansen said that the company has based these products on secret information and that it's waiting on Nintendo to officially confirm the system before putting these items into production. Hansen will then adjust the model to ensure that it can perfectly suit the console. So let me get this straight. It's a fake image of a potential accessory for an unannounced product. That might go down as the most Nintendo statement that I have ever heard. Now, this doesn't mean a Nintendo Switch Mini isn't on the way, because one thing is for certain, where there is smoke, there is fire. And for this many leaks and rumors to be surrounding an unannounced Nintendo product, there has to be some validity to these rumors. And judging by Nintendo's track record of introducing newer models of existing hardware, it's extremely likely that we will see a newer, cheaper model of the Switch being announced by the holiday season of 2019. And finally, for this week, we come to... that noise, of course, signifies that we are running out of time and coming close to the end of the show. So, in order to cover all the week's remaining news, we must initiate a segment that I like to call... Every single week, we have so much news to talk about and so little time to do it. So we take all the week's remaining news, put 60 seconds on the clock, and try to cover it as fast as humanly possible without running out of breath, passing out, or dying! Which honestly, the reason this show is late is because I was sick yesterday, and I'm just getting over it. So this is going to be a really interesting Nerfed in 60 seconds, where I do have a good potential to die. So, with that in mind, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. And go. Friday the 13th is coming to the Nintendo Switch. EA CEO says that no one in the company has given up on Anthem. That's cool, because I have. Gears of War 5 will launch with no loot boxes and no season passes, but it will have a free content map. That's really, really good on you. Scrap is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Fallout 76 pre-orderers have finally got their canvas backs, which can we finally put that game to bed now? I don't want to see any more outrage videos. The bloodstain progression bug has been fixed by the developer. Elden Ring is being called the next evolution of Dark Souls, which means one thing: I'm not playing that game. Stadia members can change their name once for free after creating it, and then we'll have to pay every time after that. And finally, Kojima, oh hail Kojima, will be coming to San Diego Comic-Con, as will the Nerf Report. So if you will be in San Diego at that time period, look out for us, we will be filming. That is it for Nerfed in 60 seconds, and that is it for this week's episode of the show. If you like what you saw, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new here and haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've been here this entire time, share it with your friends. As always, my name is Bryant Chappel. You are you, and this has been the Nerf Report. Thanks for watching.